has just asked for the views of national elected public representatives. And we have Pierce Doherty here with Sinn Féin, who's an elected TD and a very good TD, a very hard-working TD. We should now ask such people in this room tonight what their views are. That's why they're here, and we should know what their views are. Voting will come around in April or May, and we need to know who we should be voting for.
Okay, is there anybody who would like to answer that question? Yeah. Thank you. Pierce wants the chance to answer that question.
Well, look, first of all, there's no doubt that all of the TDs, and well, myself and Pat are the only ones that are here, and I'm sure that the other public reps would all speak here, but I wanted to hear the feeling from the crowd here. First of all, can I commend the committee here who's worked at Trojan. I was out of the country at the first public meeting, but we met with the committee afterwards, and I've stayed along with Sinn Féin representatives, stayed in regular contact. I'm opposed to these applications. I'm very clear in relation to that. I will be supporting an appeal. Many of you may have read in the paper that one of the applicants, there was a letter from me back in 2016 asking the Minister in relation to the appropriate assessment, and there has been an attempt to try and suggest that I've supported that all the way through. There's also another letter from the other applicant who was involved in unauthorised development at that time, when we asked when the decision would be made again back in 2016. And in my view, and I just say that now because in my view it's a way of trying to distract from the United campaign against these applications in the area. I think it's very welcome what the committee said to start off with. This isn't about against individuals. This is really about the department and the process the department has. There was a direct question that was put by somebody in the hall, why aren't we fighting in relation to the applications here? I can say hand in heart, and I don't know how many people in this room have done it, but in 2017 when there was an assessment, when there was an independent review about how we grant applications, myself, John Hamish and Mary-Trace Gallagher, the Sinn Féin representatives, made a submission to the department at that time, raised all of the key concerns that are being raised today by this community 2 years later, which is about the economic impact, the environmental impact, the impact in relation to non-consultation, and many other things that we asked the department to take on board. They've completely disregarded them, and indeed the outcome of that independent review by the department was that they were going to determine 300 applications each year in the years 2018 and 2019. John has touched on that we have put in a series of questions to both ministers and to Udras McGill, to the Donegal County Council, but we've also put in freedom of information requests because we want to use every single angle that's available to us to try and get that information. I've spoken to the Minister, Minister Creed, myself. I've spoken privately. I've raised this in the floor of the Dáil that these applications should be rejected. I've spoken to him as late as last week, talking about the concern and the cost that it is on the community to actually appeal by this. He dismissed it, saying that if we all get together, we should have enough money to make the appeal. We have put in a number of questions to him because I believe, and I've sought a meeting with the committee, because I believe that a number of these applications, not only was it wrong to grant these applications, but I believe that under the legislation they were unlawful to grant the applications, and I will be dealing with the committee in relation to that. We've asked for clarification from the department in Clonakilty and from the Minister directly. I spoke to him personally in relation to this and brought this to his attention, but we haven't got a response, and it'll be Tuesday before we get that response, and after that I'll be working with the committee to try and support that. So the question directly, I'm here to support the committee. I raised this before the applications were granted. We've made the submissions to tell them overturn the whole process in which you are granting these applications because it is anti-community. It is the wrong type of way that they're assessing applications. Legally, the Minister has to look at an application in its isolation without actually looking at the fact that there's another 19 applications for that bay. It makes no sense whatsoever. And again, these are things that we've raised over 2 years ago with the Minister. So look, if there's any other questions, I'm more than happy to answer any questions either individually or again publicly.
Thank you very much.
Thanks again for the invitation. Thanks for the overview, which we had the opportunity of viewing